to Jack Goodchild on the blue line. He manages to get it wide to Jacob Minter. Jack Goodchild with the shot, and the Slough Jets have taken the lead on the power play with 23 seconds remaining as Jack Goodchild, it's Kane Russell with the shot cross goal. No need for the save from Lauday, and Campbell finds himself in, and it's 3-1 to the Chelsea Chieftains. They have hit back quickly. Hello and welcome to Zero Pucks Given, the UK Ice Hockey podcast, hosted by me, Ben Hyde.
And me, Katelin Noah Piner.
We're just backwards and forwards about One Tree Hill there before we carry on recording. So welcome to ZPG 5.0, 4.0? 5.0. 5.0 for the 26-27 season. There's a few of the things in this are still going to be the same. The graphics, the intro, and that's still the same. It will change at the start of the season because we are going to bring back the original theme tune because it's actually called Zero Pucks. So, I don't know why we even strayed from it in the first place. But we're coming back now because obviously we've had a few weeks off. We've had all of the games done. We had that last episode, and now the news is starting to roll out. That rumour mill is rolling, which everyone gets well excited about when the rumour rolls.
I think this is the best part of the season. Just to prove it. The best part it's all the exciting stuff.
The exciting stuff is all coming out. So we, there's teams that we're rebranding. We've got jerseys coming out. We've got players being announced, and we've got 2 massive testimonials coming up this month as well. So we're going to catch up with the men being honoured in those as well, which is going to be terrific. So I've been a few weeks off now, man. How you been?
I've been good. How have you been?
Yeah, well busy with work.
Yeah,
missing hockey, loving Stanley Cup playoffs, absolutely loving it. It's been so good to see, and things like PWHL expansion, so many new teams coming into the PWHL, which is brilliant. Been keeping an eye on the WNHL in this country because that's now coming down towards the playoffs. It's in a couple of weeks, so hopefully once that's all done, we can have a little episode going through all of that because I'll tell you, that weekend I really, really wanted to go because obviously I couldn't make Sheffield, but I ended up making one day. So I really wanted to go to the women's, but I'm busy that weekend as well because it's on the bank holiday weekend. And the amount of games, I think it's like £7 a ticket.
It's crazy.
And there's like 18 games.
That is crazy.
And it's like, especially, and that includes the elite playoff finals and that, which no fucking about. That's fucking good hockey.
It is good hockey,
it's really good hockey. A lot of the WNHL elite teams, these are international players. Mm-hmm. It's really, really good hockey to watch, and it's really entertaining. And I'll tell you, the girls, they go so hard as well in there because they all really, really want to win. I mean, they go so hard. I hope she don't mind me outing her a little bit because she is recovering, and sounds a lot worse than it is. But Christina actually suffered a fractured skull playing for the Kodiaks recently. She's okay. She's on the mend. So a little fracture and a little concussion, but she's
she did say it sounds a lot worse than it is.
You probably panicked me early in the morning telling me that.
Yeah. I saw the message come through. I was like, But
no, so if you're available on that weekend, you need your hockey fix, then get yourself up to Sheffield for like 18. It's like 50p a game. It's mental. Absolutely.
The travel is more.
Yeah, and as your experience, not always bump free either. Traveling up there.
Yep, I don't plan to be going to Sheffield anytime soon. I might break down again.
So, and then the other thing that's really cool for us to kind of like announce in an episode now is that we are going to be covering all the South divisions.
Yes, South 1 and 2. Ben actually got there before I did, like messaging each other about it because it was a thought through my head because I'd been to so many NHL 2 games like last season, and then one random, I think Monday or Tuesday night, you messaged me and I saw it as I was finishing work. I was like, bang. So we're covering both now.
I think because that day we were both in Sheffield, it was, we spoke to some people who were there from South 2, and they were also thankful about just kind of the press that we had been giving it, even though it hadn't been a great deal, but we did speak about it. Obviously, every time you went to a game, we spoke about the playoffs a lot, obviously, because everyone was making their way to Sheffield afterwards. So we just think that division had it was on fire last year. It was an incredible division.
It was so much better than NHL 1.
Yeah, the competitiveness just right the way through.
Yeah.
There was like Spitfires, they flew off right from the start, and then like I think they lost to Lee Valley at one point, and
Yeah.
everyone thought the Huskies were going to be up there because they were beating everyone, and then Peterborough went on this massive unbeaten run, and then it was astonishing,
Yeah,
astonishing.
it was such a great season of hockey. I think just for NIHL 2 South, it was probably one of the best in its history, I reckon. It was just so competitive. You were having teams that was just sort of shocking you, like, and then you obviously had the MK Thunder sort of 9 unbeaten
Yeah,
run. Um, but yeah, it was just such a good league.
it was. So
Season, sorry, to watch.
yeah, so we're going to give it a little bit of a zhuzh every week. So we'll do what we normally do. We go for the Britton Division games, and then we're going to go for the Wilkinson Division games as well. Make sure that everybody gets their shout out because
Yeah.
they all put the same amount of time into it. And we were funny enough just discussing off air that we always kind of said, the Britain Division, Wilkinson Division, you'd see players like last year, Haringey Huskies virtually had an NIHL 1 roster because, they've got like Johan Persson and they've got Ruskin Springer Hughes, Petchek, and, all these guys, and
Yeah.
Pentecost, who missed a lot of it because of injury. And we're saying, oh, yeah, but the guys are playing down at that level because the schedule isn't so bad. But it's actually only like 6 games difference, if that.
Yeah.
Now,
And what that is like 3 weekends. So yeah, okay, 3 weekends, but it's actually not that
it's actually
much
not that much, is it?
over the sort of period of time that a season is on.
No, but it was kind of having the same effect that we were seeing because of the hectic schedule of the National League, that players were dropping from that division into the Britain division, which was making the Britain division a lot more competitive to watch, and the quality of the hockey went up. And it's kind of had that cascading effect,
Yes.
which is
Which
that's been
is
really good to
great.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, it is really good to see because you do then see the talent more, and like you said, it's just better hockey to watch, so it's better for the fans.
And even though we don't have relegation and promotion, that is the idea behind a pyramid, really, isn't it? That
Yeah.
you filter it down. So what we'll do for this episode, then we're going to run through all the teams that have signed players, have a look at who they've signed and who's gone. Obviously, we've got a couple of teams that have had little rebrands or maybe little announcements coming for next season, so we'll do that as well. So we'll go alphabetically, and we will start in the Britain division, and we will start over the M4 in Cardiff. Now,
Rebrand.
rebrand for one.
Rebrand.
They've, obviously, last season's logo, which was really, really cool. I think the dragon logo and everything, that was for their 10th anniversary.
Yeah,
And when Lewis Stevens was on with us, we spoke about the original logo, didn't we? And how
we
it was
did.
designed and that. And it's really similar to like the Chicago Fire football
Mhm.
team's logo from like the 90s. And then none of them were really that keen on it anymore. So now they've gone like in a completely different
Like
direction
completely different.
after the
Like
dragon.
if you like, I don't think you'd look at that and think Cardiff Fire as
No,
a new one.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
very different.
I love the color scheme. I love the red, black, white, yellow. I love
Yeah.
that. I think that works terrifically. The F logo, I think it looks a little bit like an AI Foo Fighters logo that's been cut in half for me personally. I'm not a
Mhm.
massive fan. Love the idea of Pyro. So they've got a mascot now called Pyro, like a
Pyro.
head, and that's going to be introduced into the 3rd jersey, I believe, is the Pyro head. I love that. I think that's terrific.
Yeah, I do really like that. I think that's the sort of that's what makes it the logo just a bit better for me. Because
Mm.
like I said, I wouldn't look at the new logo and think that is Cardiff Fire. But then maybe that's because I'm so used to it being like either the dragon from last season or just their usual logo. But yeah, like you said, obviously colour scheme's on point. It's just not a bit of me. It's
Yeah.
very different. I think it's because it's different. It's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, and to be fair, like with most things, you're not going to please everybody.
Of
So,
course not.
and fair play for them to try and go and because not only does this club have this rebrand, this club needs a rebuild
Rebuild, yeah.
because, last year was pretty horrific. 1 overtime victory in the whole season, some proper tankings. And then looking at the players that have gone out the door, these are big names,
Yeah,
and not just in physical stature like Big Rig Joe Llewellyn, who's gone to be a pro golfer in South Africa. as far as
very different.
well, it's not very different. These hockey players are not bandits. Most of them are playing off scratch or single hand.
Yeah.
They're
Don't I know about it? All you were talking about in Sheffield with loads of different people, and I was just stood there like,
oh yeah, of course, yeah, because that's where I've been the day before. So that was apparently that was the only 2 questions that you got on Saturday was you got here,
Got here?
and
Question
where's
mark.
Ben?
Or where's Ben?
Which everyone knew I wasn't going to be there. Why was they asking that? And I said to you the other day, you know what that says to me? No one's listening.
No one
No one
listens.
listens.
Or they're not like fully set on me yet. They just want you.
But then the Sunday question was, how's golf? How was golf? So
How was golf?
there was
Yeah.
a
So
lot of
I
golf
went
chat.
passing the information round.
There was a lot of golf chat on the Sunday. But yeah, so looking at the players out of Cardiff store this for this season, obviously Big Rig Joe Llewellyn, Chris Fox has retired,
Tired.
Thomas Stevens has retired, and then Captain Lewis Stevens has moved on.
That is the biggest loss they'll have. I think like we've spoke with him, but as a person, he said he was nominated as captain, so he's clearly a big person and like a big voice in the room. To lose that is like so incredibly bad, like not bad, but that's going to be a big loss for them.
Mm. And they announced this week that Shep has returned as player coach.
Coach,
So
yes.
that's a great retention because similar to Lewis, I think he holds that kind of stature in the room, that respect.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something that, because I say with this rebrand rebuild, we also shared their social media update that they are joining in with a pathway with the Bristol Pitbulls National and the Bristol Pitbulls 2. So it's kind of like these two clubs have linked to ensure that there's hockey opportunities at every level.
Yeah, because obviously when Bristol like went up from NHL one, you're missing that sort of little gap
Yeah.
between two and national. So bringing in Cardiff, I think is a good thing. But then I also think it's taken away from the fact that Cardiff are not Fire aren't part of like the Cardiff pathway. Which to be fair, if it's unfortunately at some clubs it won't work like how it does at all clubs. But if that's the way that Fire want to go around it, so they do have a pathway, at least they've got some sort of pathway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
it,
think because
it is
obviously
it's going to help them a lot.
it will help them. Yeah. Because we've obviously had that discussion about, you've got the Devils and then you've got the Fire and then you've got the Canucks. And if none of them are working together, and obviously you've got the junior Devils set up in
Yeah.
Cardiff as well that, are hoping to, I suppose, create players for that elite league. But, and this is where do those players go? Them Cardiff Junior players, are they going to the Canucks? Are they going to the Fire? Or are they avoiding that? Are they going elsewhere? So I do think you're right. I think it's a really good thing that Cardiff can kind of fill that middle gap between the two Bristol sides and give those young players that experience of NIHL
Yeah.
one, or the players that perhaps, if the import level goes up in the National League, there's going to be players from Bristol that are not going to be playing every week because of the imports, so they can come and play for Cardiff.
Exactly.
So to be fair, I think it's a good thing. On
Yeah,
paper, it
it's
might
definitely a
look odd.
good thing.
Yeah, it just like you say, it looks strange that you can kind of say that the Fire don't have their own junior pathway, but at least they're doing something about it.
They're doing something about it. It just obviously then it hides away the fact that the Cardiff ice hockey as a whole isn't working. But then, like I said, if it doesn't work in some places, which it doesn't, then you've got to find a resolution for that. And I think Fire have done that by filling in that gap between Bristol.
Absolutely. So we await more player announcements from Cardiff then, as
We do.
I think Shep is actually in Vegas at the moment for a wedding, and he did go to
Living it up.
game 5 the other day. He went to the Knights versus the Ducks game 5 out in Vegas. Which is great to see. Like I said, I'm loving the Stanley Cup run because the Leafs are shit. I'm right behind the Ducks. Well, what I'm actually really hoping for, because the Ducks have always been really great with the whole cast of the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
And having them there involved. So it's game 6, I think tomorrow night, actually, or it might be tonight, but at the Honda Centre. So it should be there by now that Scott White should have his ZPG jersey. So I just keep imagining in my head, imagine it goes Ducks game 6 and they go to the cast of the Mighty Ducks in the crowd and Scott White's
And
there.
he's in his ZPG jersey.
That'd be incredible.
It would be so cool.
But so Cardiff rebrand. We're not fully sold, but we do like the colours and the pyro thing. And then good luck with their pathway with Bristol.
Yes.
So we'll go right to the other side of the country and stick alphabetically and go to Chelmsford, who we all knew that Cliff was departing.
Yeah.
That decision was made quite early, but Ben Clements is the replacement, with a couple of former chieftains as well behind him on the bench in Matt Turner and Andy Green. So it's got a good that's a solid foundation of Chelmsford hockey.
It is, and I think sometimes that is the best way to do it because then, players that have been at Chelmsford their whole life, um, they know like what the coaches are like, they know how they work, they know what they're like in a room.
Mm.
And I think sometimes that is quite important, having experience with the players that you're signing, which a lot of them have.
Yeah, there's another one who's been announced as elsewhere is Ross Miller. We'll
Yeah,
get to where Ross has gone, obviously, a little bit later on. Um, top man. Sent me his jersey from this year as well, which bloody lovely. That's going to when I when I get this room sorted, that's going to hang with pride behind just there. It's too big to wear. Goalie jerseys are a huge man.
they're ridiculously big.
But I mean, and as far as player announcements, they're leading the way
They are
in these
absolutely run away
announcements
with
now.
this. Um,
Absolutely flying them out.
But this is how it should be done. This means that Ben knew months before that it was obviously announced, that he probably knew before Cliff, well, it was announced that Cliff was leaving. Um, so, this is how
Get
it should
people
be
locked
done.
in.
Yeah, this is how it should be done. Because if not, you sort of get teams that struggle to sign players, and then that's when you struggle as a whole club.
Yeah, and I've got to say, I mean, looking down that list of those that have been announced, and they're doing them kind of two at a time as well, which is
Yeah, they are, which is great.
blind them out. I mean, I have to work my fingers very, very quickly to make the graphics when those announcements come out. But yeah, so Callum Wells, Ollie Baldock returning. Ollie Baldock is returning as captain again, having taken that role on from Alan Lack last year. Dan Fay, Dan has been solid indeed at Chelmsford since he signed there and gets better and better every year.
He does get better every year, yeah.
The big one I think that really did please a lot of Chelmsford fans was Sasha Maltsev because
Yes.
there was big rumours that guy was going to move on because he's
Yeah.
just so good.
He is just incredible, and he's another player. He's getting better every season. Like, I actually sit there sometimes and think like, how can he get any better than this? But that is that's a huge player to keep.
Yeah, massive retention. And then Tom Saw, Regan O'Neill, both retained. Regan slotted in perfectly last
Perfectly,
year.
yeah.
I mean, that was so funny that night that Lack left and he was announced because we were recording at the time
Yep.
and we
And
kind
all
of
I
called
saw
it.
was Regan had left, and we were talking about how he would fit in at Chalmo,
Yeah,
and it had already
proper
been
fun.
announced.
Yeah, but yeah, which we didn't know because
No.
we were recording. But yeah, great to see both of them back. That's physicality wise, I think that's because Tom Saw is huge, like
Yeah.
fucking huge.
And so's Regan, to be fair.
I don't know. To be fair, if they stood next to each other, they're probably the same size. But every
Probably
time
the
I
same
look at
size,
Tom
yeah.
Saw on skates, I'm like, that guy is fucking huge.
Or is it you're very short?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, you look at the picture of me with Callum Perella Fox, Alex Cole, and Marcus Mitchell in Sheffield. I think I'm on my tiptoes, and I'm still nowhere near as big as these guys, and they haven't got skates on.
The photo of me, you, and Dylan, it really that must have made you feel tiny.
Yeah. Well, both Dylans are quite
They're,
big. So,
yeah, so tall.
but yeah, I'm a small guy. I've kind of accepted it. But and then to be
Sure
fair, with those big
thing.
physical beasts, you
Yeah.
need your small guys that do really hard work as well. And then Kieran Rayner and TJ Fillery were both announced. Um,
Yes, they were.
great to kid out. TJ never gets the credit that he truly deserves. That guy just pops up and scores big goals in big moments.
I've always said this. I think he's sort of the unsung hero at Chelmsford. He was always someone that when Stars were playing at Chelmsford, I'd always be like, for fuck's sake, because I knew he was gonna stop. I knew he was gonna score.
Yeah. Yeah, is just I think he's the kind of player that every player needs in their roster. They need a player like
Yes.
that. And it's similar with Kieran Rain as well, because he plays both ways. He plays D, he plays attack. He's notching up his points, gradually as he goes for Chelmsford. He
Yeah.
hit the 50 mark towards the end of last season. His penalty minutes are a hell of a lot higher, but he hit the 50 mark in his points, and it's great to see them back. And then two players announced that I actually wasn't sure were going to return after Cliff's leaving. I mean, Ben Russell and Holden Barnes Garner, both with that MK connection with Cliff. So that, as you said, that proves that Clem got things locked in early,
Yes.
to keep these guys there. And it's, I think from the last couple of years, obviously they've had a bit of success. They've won the playoffs and they won the cup, and the roster is good, but is it good enough to go on and take the league off of Slough and Streatham and get right
Stratton,
in
yeah.
amongst there? It just needs a little bit of an addition to it. The core is good. You just need to put some flair around the outside.
Yes, that's the thing now. So it would be nice maybe to see sort of like, obviously it's great to see players returning, but I think they do need to sign someone completely just new.
Well,
Um,
they did obviously announce there was this. I think it was just yesterday
yes,
actually, that
yesterday.
came out that the Dan Hitchens has also been retained in defence again. Another solid D man that's
Yeah,
become a real part of that Chieftains core, and is he's a local lad. I think he's a Romford lad, but he's been truly adopted as a Chelmsfordite really from down there. But the announcement of Josh Cook was a
Cook,
really interesting one. Josh is classed as a Brit, even though he was born in Canada. He was actually a Chelmsford junior, played over here and trained over here. So he is classed as a Brit, so it doesn't take an import slot. Has played for GB internationally as well, and is kind of looking to get his way back into hockey, and he's aiming towards, in the next few years, the ECHL, which that is a fucking good level. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
if he's coming over here
it's a
with that
big
smoke,
target.
it could be, really,
This
really
could be the
interesting.
flair. Yeah,
It could be, yeah, it could be exactly the flair that need. And obviously, because he's classed as a Brit, that still leaves an opportunity to add
get
another
another
import to that
import.
roster,
Exactly.
which is really good. So yeah, so they're flying ahead. The Chieftains there in the Britain division with the announcements.
They're absolutely running away with them.
They are running away with them, running away with them. And I think I said Andy Green. I meant Alex Green was the coach behind with
Mm,
Clever Matt Turner. So we will. Invicta haven't announced anybody yet, apart from Carl Lennon. So we
yes,
know that Carl Lennon is coming back, and we
which is
shared
great
that.
news.
Of course, it is. It would not be the same without Carl Lennon.
No, it wouldn't be.
No, it's I think, and obviously we've got the Harrison Lillis testimonial coming
Testimonial,
at the end
which
of May, which we'll discuss in a little bit. So I would imagine that after that and around that night, we will see a few announcements from Invicta
yeah,
coming out about players that are staying on, which will be really, really good to see. Romford, quite similar. The only real announcement, which we saw at the end of last season, is the retirement of Jure Huška.
yeah.
Uh, how long that lasts, nobody knows. I'm pretty sure he's down to play in the Harrison Lillis testimonial, so everyone will see that he's pretty much still got it. It will
Still
just
got it. Yeah,
because that was, to be fair, I think it was last season in the preseason he played in the preseason charity game at Chelmsford, which was a Chelmsford Legends side against the current Chelmsford side. I think it was Clem was involved in organising it. Actually, I think they were raising a bit of money for a cancer charity, and honestly, Hushka came on. Literally everyone in the rink was like, "Fuck!" Like he's been out for a
Jesus,
couple of
he's not
years, obviously
changed.
with that suspension, and he was like, "Geez, he has still got it. Someone needs to sign him up." And it was Romford that signed him up eventually. So it was, yeah, really, really good to see. But yeah, massive congratulations to Hushka. And we did say, I think, on the last episode, if he wants to come on, we'd love to have Uri on. That'd be
Yes,
fantastic to have him on.
he'd have so many stories as well.
Yeah, I bet he would. I bet he would. So then we'll move on to the league and cup champions, the Slough Jets. They only one player going out, and Connor Redmond, what a legend.
Yeah, what a way. Well, I mean, sort of what a way to go, but winning the league with your team, you can't really
Yeah, back to
complain
back
about.
league.
Yeah, back to back league. Can't really go wrong.
No, I mean they'll all be disappointed, I think, with how they played at Sheffield,
Yeah,
and then similar, I think, at Coventry because we,
I think that was the biggest shock, I think.
yeah, considering kind of what Streatham did to Blackburn, and we were kind of all like, well, if Streatham did that to Blackburn, if Slough turn up, they're going to absolutely obliterate them.
It's right them, and they just didn't.
Yeah, very, very strange. But a lot of their announcements that have, they've been kind of creeping out. Ollie Hemmings-Marr, obviously terrific player, great to see
Yeah,
him back. Christian Moore, Juha Lindgren, Seb Moore, and Marcus Mitchell re-announced as well. So they're keeping them coming quite regularly. Slough
yeah.
pumping them out
I
quite
think you'll
regularly.
get like the core Slough, like Champs would have done it. Obviously, it's just coming out a bit slower, but I don't think their core will change very much.
No, no. And to be fair, it hasn't over the last couple of years. I think
No,
Marcus Mitchell was actually the only addition
last year, yeah, I want to
last year.
say.
And obviously during the season, the year before, Lids kind of joined in halfway through. But one thing
Yes,
that I'm looking forward to, hopefully they do announce him back because I want to see him back is Jack Goodchild.
yes.
Want to see him back on the ice desperately.
And I think for Slough as well, because you had that Holy Trinity,
Mm.
and we didn't get that last year.
I've got there was a special card made that's got them three on it that says the Holy Trinity. I've got it up there somewhere on the shelf that it was sent to me. But yeah, no, that'd be so good to see him back. So heading to the south coast and the Solent Devils, there was, I don't know, you can't really call it rumours. I'd heard kind of whisperings that maybe they may not be returning to the Britain division this year because they all,
Yeah,
right at the end of the year, they had a lot of people leave.
they did, and I also think as well, like they did struggle this year, obviously with injuries and the rink issues. Um, but I don't know, like when I did hear the rumor, well, sort of rumors, whispers, whatever you want to call them, that they could potentially be dropping down to the Wilkinson, it did shock me because that is a big, I think that's a big loss to this division.
Yeah, they are, like I said, generally every year they beat everyone at
At
least
least
once.
once, yeah.
You know, their position was false for a lot of last year. They were down, sixth and seventh, and that was a
Seventh,
false
which is
position.
crazy, yeah. But again, that's because of all the injuries they had. I think at one point in the season they had more injured players than fit players.
Yeah, and they would. To be fair though, they really used their pathway very well between
Very well.
the junior Devils and the Solent Devils. That was, and I think that's something that really pleased Alex Murray that they were able to
Yes.
do that. Obviously, you don't want to have to with all the injuries, but the fact that they had
They can,
the
yeah.
players there and they could do that, I think was very pleasing to them.
And I also think that's probably why them dropping down wouldn't work. Because
Yeah,
then
I
you've got
agree.
to put Solent 2 somewhere.
Yeah,
And they are all very much good enough players for, well, some of them are good enough for NHL 1, but they all deserve to be in that NHL 2 team.
yeah, absolutely. So I'd like to hope that they would, they're going to start to rebuild that side now. I think
Yeah.
I think the way the junior program works at the Devils as well, that works really, really well, is that they're going to replenish that juniors side, that junior Devil side in NHL 2 is going to be replenished from those 18s, 17s and 16s. And I think you'll see these young guys get their chance at NIHL.
Yeah.
And I can kind of see this Solent having a bit of a Swindon type season where they're going to be very young, they're going to be very fast and very unpredictable.
Yes, shock a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think they're going to shock a lot of people because it's still going to be Solent.
Yeah.
So everyone knows, obviously, the rink is a big
It's not
advantage.
great.
That.
It's hard to play at.
Yeah, but I think if they bring in this youth and this pace, which you kind of saw a little bit towards the end of last year,
Hmm.
Charlie Wedge is a terrific player. Ollie Cackett had a really good, bit when he came up. So yeah, I think they're going to. I don't think they're going to be up there next year. Obviously, they've only really announced a couple of players. Alex Murray is obviously returning behind the bench again, which would not be the same without Muzzer.
Yeah, I don't think Solent's Solent without him.
and Cameron Buckle has been re-signed as well.
Re-signed, yeah.
The players leaving, Dan Lackey is retired, Connor Hutchinson is retired, Mark Duffy is
Duffy's
retired. I think Mark Pitts is actually also retired.
Yes, but then I also want to say that's another sort of one, like how long for?
Yeah, because he had the really bad eye injury, didn't he, last year?
Yes, he did, bless him.
But I'm sure I saw him somewhere that he was not going to return. But like you say, I think he would probably end up coming back.
Sort of coming back. You sort of like they must miss it.
But the huge loss really to Solent is Liam Coleman. Massive loss.
That is such a huge loss. He was their best player by far last season.
Well, I don't know whether I've made this up or I've heard it and read it somewhere, and that I'm the only kind of person that's picked it up. Is he going abroad? He's going abroad.
This is what I think I've heard, but then I think I've only heard that from you.
But then I don't know where I've heard.
Where have you heard that from?
I've had Chieftains fans and Slough fans messaging me going, "Well, I tell you what, it'd be good to pick up Liam Coleman," and I'm like, "But he's going abroad." But then I'm like, "Have I made that up?"
Yeah, because I've definitely heard that, but then I'm trying to think, have I just heard that from you?
But I've probably made it up to the extent that in my head he's going to Memmingen Indians. He's going to my German side, who just won the playoffs and have got promoted to Del 2. Liam Coleman's going there. Apparently, I've released that.
Yeah,
that's an exclusive. Boom, ZBZ exclusive.
Could you imagine though?
Please let us know if I've made that up, because
Liam,
there's so much that goes on. Do you know what I mean? Because we're kind of like, we're the only independent media outlet that focuses on these two divisions now. We kind of get everything in this like big pool thing, and sometimes I think
it does get messy because there's just so many players, so many teams. If you hear one thing and then you're talking about another, you're going to mix names up, and then all of a sudden it's planted in your head.
Yeah, which I do. I've already misnamed one of the Chieftains coaches. Spoiler alert.
And you call yourself a Chelmsford fan.
I know, spoiler alert. When we speak to James Warman later, I called the Streatham owners Dawn and Dave, not Dawn and Graham.
Dawn and
I don't know
Graham.
what's going on in my head, but yeah, Dawn and Graham.
How dare you?
So many names. So at least at our level, the majority of them are pronounceable. and the ones that are difficult to pronounce have been here long enough that we've now got a
We've sort
grasp
of
on
got
it.
them, yeah. I
So
remember pronouncing, I'm not going to say it because I'll pronounce it wrong for the first time on the pod, and you were so like
are
you were
we
so
are we are
impressed.
we staying Solent? Are we
Yeah.
talking Christy Jonas, Necrosovicius?
What?
Are we talking Christy Jonas, Necrosovicius?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought his first name was Dan.
No.
Why? See, that's come out of nowhere.
No, yeah, Christy Jonas, Necrosovicius. I've got that one down. I can actually spell it now as well.
Oh, I'm going to test you on that.
Yeah, there's me saying that if Solent announce him relatively soon and we have to put the thing out about that, I guarantee I get it wrong.
Oh, if you spell it wrong, Ben.
There will be hell to pay, hell to pay. But
Yes.
yes, so great thing I think for Solent that they're going to bring
Yes.
in these young players, and I'm really looking forward to see
Who they do.
who they do bring in.
Yeah, put pen
Um,
to paper.
yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Stretton Redhawks then playoff champions, national playoff champions.
Cup champions.
I think Slough won the cup.
No.
Oh, the Challenge Cup.
Challenge Cup.
The Challenge Cup that apparently no one cared about once it was done.
Yeah, Challenge Cup.
Yeah, I heard an Invicta fan call it the Who Cares Cup, but they finished bottom of the group with no wins. That's probably why they called it
That's
that.
probably why.
But yeah, so I mean, 3 trophies. What a season! They've just recently had their end of season awards due as well. So having all that silverware on display is terrific.
It is.
It is really, really good. That was towards the end of that season. Like we kept saying every week about them locking in, didn't we?
Mm,
And
they did.
they did at Sheffield. They looked. That was like Streatham of 4 or 5 years ago. Streatham.
Yeah, it was the Streatham that I sort of grew up watching. They won everything, but I was sort of like taken back to that. They were just so good.
Mm.
They deserved every trophy they won last season.
Yeah, and again, announcements kind of creeping out slowly from Streatham.
Slowly, yeah.
Because we've got the James Warman testimonial happening this weekend, and I'm assuming we'll probably get an announcement on that evening of 1 or 2. We do know that
Yeah.
Danny Milton has retired,
But
but he has returned as a bench coach.
yes, he has, which I think, that's going to suit him really well.
Yeah, yeah. And to be fair, I mean, they were blessed in the pipes last year. And whoever it was in the goal, whether it was Danny or whether it was Brett or whether it was Dylan, everybody played so well every time they played.
Yeah.
And that's for me, that's one of the reasons why they won the trophies that they won was their goaltending was just exceptional throughout the year.
Exceptional, yeah, last year and I also think that like the Sheffield, like the game on the Saturday, obviously I know it went to penalties, but Brett kept them in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think back now to that episode after Sheffield because it was a week after, wasn't it? Because it was
after my trip to
because he was away with
I was in
Palace.
Italy, yeah.
But I don't know if we waxed lyrical enough about how good Brett Shepherd was at Sheffield.
He was just so amazing all weekend. Like he got man of the match both games. Thoroughly deserved. I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm pretty sure he did as well. Yeah,
Yeah, pretty sure he did. It's been a few weeks since.
No, man of the match was Alan Lack in the final.
In the final, it was Alan Lack. Yeah, on the Saturday it was Brett. But he could have easily got it all weekend. Alan Lack talking. We was everything. Everyone's sort of like saying he was retiring. Nothing was ever actually confirmed.
No, nothing was confirmed.
It's
There was
really
no
weird.
guard of honor. There's no confirmation of him coming out. There was social media posts about the last run at it. It's all gonna
His personal social media
on his
post.
personal social media. Yeah, so it was interesting to see again another player that's just going to really struggle to let go of the game.
I think it's sort of it's just in him. It's ingrained into him that he needs to be playing ice hockey.
Yeah, absolutely addictive stuff. And
Yeah.
he was, he slotted in at Streatham terrifically last year.
So wow, yeah, and it was rumored for ages, weren't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
And we spoke about it, and then we were like, no, it's not happening because it was rumored ages ago, and it's not happening, so it won't happen now. And then one night he was there.
Yeah, yeah, and it was, but kind of almost a reuniting with JJ Pitchley. They were very, very good together at the Bees.
Yeah.
And I mean, just terrific. And I think that signing kind of galvanised Streatham
Yeah,
at that
it
time.
completed them at the point.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that was again another massive factor in their success.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
And I've got to say, actually, one of the greatest goals I saw all season was in that Sunday final. Luke Brittle dangling around three and shooting through. I thought it was a
Shooting through
terrific
it.
goal.
Yeah, yeah.
Really good goal that. But yeah, so we kind of it's a wait and see game. Paints has obviously been announced as
Yeah.
their player coach again for next year. That was I think that came out before the season had even finished.
Yeah.
Um,
I genuinely, again, it's like Alex Murray at Solent. I just don't think Stratton without Ben Painter at this point now.
yeah,
He's just, for as long as I can remember, been the player coach.
yeah,
So
and of course
weird.
Stanley Ratcliffe also retained as a bench coach,
Bench coach. Yeah.
who's been working as well with the England junior setup as well. So
hmm
terrific stuff there for him getting involved in all of that. That's great to see.
Yes, it is.
Really good. Right, so let's have a little look at the Wilkinson division.
Wilkinson. Yes.
There's not been a massive amount of announcements, but what I think is quite comforting, to particularly at this sort of time of year, is that no one has said they're not playing.
Which is good
That is good.
because I'm pretty sure it was sort of this time in last year that, we all found out about, obviously, my team. We found about MK dropping, which we haven't spoke about, but there was a lot of rumours about like moving teams, but I don't think any of it's going to happen.
No, I mean, obviously the rumours are rife at Sheffield. Sheffield's just great for rumours, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because you hear one fan say
It's like
something.
Chinese whispers, isn't it? It goes around
Yeah,
the
you
rink, and
sort
by
of
the
just
time
whisper it along around the whole rink.
yeah, by the time it gets to the corner where the bar is, Liam Coleman's
It's
signed for the
changed.
Birmingham Indians, and it's gone. So-
But Ben still shit at golf.
Yeah. So we'd heard rumours that perhaps Guildford had applied to come up, which would have been really, really good to see. I think people have been prodding the Huskies for years. When are they going to do it? Is it going to happen? Could we
But then
see
I
it?
also think that's more based on like the amount of like fans they bring in, and Ali Pali, it's iconic. Like we want to see that in NHL one. But no, it doesn't. I mean, it might happen this season for any team, but I think that'd be quite late to announce now.
Yeah, it would be. It would be quite late to announce. And like I said, there's not been a great deal of raft of players being announced. So Guildford have announced Sol Stoodley as
Mhm.
returning to their forward line. Huskies have announced the return of Captain Stuart Appleby, which I think is his 10th season. I think with the Huskies, because it is the Huskies' 10th
10th.
season.
Yeah.
So they've got like a little, I think it's the third jersey logo with the paw and the 10. So they're celebrating something this year, which is really good to see. The return of James Pentecost is fantastic. He's had knee surgery now, returning again. Another player that will not let go of the game.
And long shall he not, because he is still such a great player.
Oh, he's so good to watch, and he's so skillful. And even though, I'm assuming everyone knows what he does for a living. He's got a fucking serious job.
Yeah, like serious job.
He's an airline pilot. He's got two young children, and he's still in there week after
Playing
week.
hockey.
Had his knee surgery, and he's coming back. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, incredible.
So I did get a little bit of stick for the picture that we shared of him, because it was a picture of him in a Chieftains jersey. So I was like, well, that's the picture I had of him.
Dad, sorry.
But no, great to see that the Huskies are starting to, and I can see a similar sort of setup from them this year. I think they're going to have a good roster again.
Yes, and do you know what? If that means one more season in IHL2 for them to come up like not next season, but season after.
Season after.
Be brilliant.
Yeah, that will be really, really good to see.
I think their main thing will be silverware this year.
I think it has to be, and
Has to be.
I think the sort of the signing of Nathan Long from Peterborough.
Yes.
That's a really good sign to say
huge.
We're going after it this year.
Yeah, we want it.
Yeah, because they've been kind of close, but no cigar in the past couple of years. They got to a playoff semi-final, they got to a cup final, I believe, as well, against Peterborough last year. So it's been close, but they do need to
They just need to go that extra mile.
That extra little mile. And I mean, another team in the Wilkinson division that look like they are going hell for leather for silverware next year are the Canucks.
Well, yeah, they are gonna. I can predict they're gonna have like top tier season.
Because it's kind of, I mean, there's a lot of stick for the Canucks, I think, about the kind of the setup and how it works. I've heard people, throwing around comments of, oh, it's $3,000 to play for the Canucks juniors setup, because it's kind of like, I think it's like a Knockanagan Academy type thing that they're
Mm,
trying to get going, where kids can be educated and train more regularly, and it's like almost like a scholarship, but
yeah.
you have to pay for it. Which, all right, if it works, then that's great. But as someone who didn't play the game for financial reasons, again, I kind of see the frustrating side of that.
Yeah, of course it would be.
And so that's by the by. But they're also now signing players of real experience that
They
can
are.
really help these young players.
And that's the thing, it's sort of having a mentor there, with the players that they're signing experience wise. I mean, they announced Ross Miller, which was, I think that's huge. Obviously him going from Chelmsford to, well, I don't know, I just weren't expecting him to, I don't know. I think if he was gonna leave Chelmsford, he was gonna drop. Um, but I weren't expecting it like only up one season after. But like for Canucks, that is a massive signing.
Massive signing, yeah.
And then
Shorter
obviously,
commute as well.
yeah, a lot shorter. And then also like Lewis Stevens, like them two on their own, like that is, if that's the way they're gonna carry on, they're gonna have a good season.
Yeah, those two signings particularly really do stand out for them.
Stand out, yeah,
Ian Spridgen as well is
as well,
another good
yeah,
sign, another player with NIHL one experience. And then they've re-signed a lot of the players that they had there last year. Davis, Callahan, Smith. They've re-signed Carter Lloyd and
yeah.
Belly.
Oh,
Then the guy was, is it Shanahan?
Shanahan,
Shanahan. Captain. He was
Shanahan.
captain last year, wasn't he?
Oh, I had a photo with him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're young prospects as well. They keep coming in
Yes.
there. Riley Sheldon, the other Cam Bartlett.
Yep.
Um,
The other Cam Bartlett. That was
so,
so rude, Ben.
um, yes, yeah. Shanahan, Bryant, Morris, and Langseth as well. Another really experienced player.
Really experienced.
So yeah, I think the Canucks they're looking at this year, and I think every team in that league can feel that a couple of them really good teams are only going to be there for a year or two more.
Mm.
So now they're starting to
They need
plant.
to, yeah,
They're starting to plant themselves at that top upper echelon of the Wilkinson division and say, once you guys go, this
we can
division's
take it.
ours.
Yeah.
And
And I
that's great
think
to see.
this is where it's going to get really competitive again. I do predict that this, like the Wilkinson, will be a lot more competitive than the Britton division. Yeah, again.
Yeah, absolutely. There was one announcement from the Mustangs that Jake Stedman has
Yeah,
re-signed, but he's going to be
re-signed.
captain this year, which is a great thing for him. He's been at the club for such a long time, so that's a really really good shout for the Mustangs.
Yes.
They're obviously when we get after the teams, we'll talk about the testimonials. There's a massive link between the Mustangs and the Invicta Dynamos for the Harrison Lillis testimonial, which is really good to see because last year the Mustangs were kind of like getting bigger crowds than
They
the
were,
Dynamos.
and I think I don't know why, but Mustangs I think had a really good year. Um, but yeah, it's not like we ever see them like work together either. And I'm not saying at all that there's like anything going on between them, but when you like remember Dynamo's having like 11 skaters for most of the season,
Hmm.
and if Mustangs weren't playing, you weren't sort of seeing Mustang players go up.
No, I mean,
Um,
is that an actual pathway, or is it two completely separate
it's
entities?
separate teams. Yeah, I've got no idea.
Yeah, yeah. Perhaps we should know that.
Maybe. Perhaps, yeah, possibly.
But it would make perfect sense. It would make
Yeah,
perfect sense. So, I'm sure, as I said, we've gone this. We'll do an episode next month as well, where we'll keep up to date with this. But the announcements are going to start
I think
coming.
there'll be a lot more.
They'll start coming thick and fast. They will.
They are. They're going to be
They're going to be a
a
lot
lot
more.
quicker.
So we will. I think we've gone through every signing there of every teams that have announced players thus far. I don't think we've missed anybody.
No, I don't think so.
No, I've not seen anyone announced at Oxford or Bristol or anyone like that yet. The MK Thunder have got their 25th anniversary this year. And oh my God, have
And
they nailed the jersey? The 25th
they
anniversary
have.
third jersey. They've nailed it.
It's so simple, but it's just simply beautiful.
Yeah.
It is so nice. And we were saying off air, like I love the colour teal. So I don't really think MK could really ever go wrong in a jersey in my eyes. But they have smashed it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the teal and the grey together. I think it
Yeah,
looks terrific. It's very 90s. I absolutely love it. But yeah, this so head to their socials if you've not seen it yet. It's just kind of, as you say, very elegant white jersey, shoulder sort of section, and
yeah.
then thunder diagonally. It's just, as you
It's
say,
perfect.
simplicity.
And that's the thing, jerseys don't need to be out there all the time. Sometimes simplicity is just the best way to do it.
Yeah. And we wait and see if we've won to be their main sponsor.
Yeah.
we
Could you
we
imagine our logo on
Yeah, we
there?
entered their little competition, which is a great idea. Really,
Yeah.
really great
That is
idea.
how you get like sponsorships in, I
Yeah,
think. Because then if they don't win it, but they still sort of want something, then they'll buy the sponsorship.
yeah.
So,
I think it's a really
it's
great
a
idea.
great way to do it.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, you know what? That's a great
Give it a
idea.
go.
We're having some of that.
Yes.
Really, really good. Absolutely love it. So we'll move on to what we've got coming up in the summer break. And the very first thing that's happening is the James Warman testimonial at Streatham
Yes.
on Saturday night. Now it's going to be a very busy day in London on Saturday. You've got the FA Cup final at Wembley. You've got the United Kingdom march as well in London. So there's going to be a lot of people about. But then Saturday evening, if you've got nothing to do, get yourself down to the high
Um,
road because
yeah.
man, there's going to be some hockey on display there.
Great hockey as well.
So just obviously before it all kind of kicks off, and we'll have a look at all the teams. Earlier this week, I caught up with the man himself, James Warman. James Warman, then just ahead of your testimonial, how are you feeling getting back into hockey after a couple of weeks out since the end of the season?
Yeah, really looking forward to it, mate. Buzzing to see some of the old boys. We've got a good mix of players coming back, plus the current team. So should be really good to get back on the ice and see some familiar faces.
I mean, it's not really a long time, is it? The sort of between the end of the season and it coming down to this. And I know a lot of the guys like to go on holiday and whatnot, but how did some of the older guys that haven't played for quite a while react about coming back in?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all excited. I think they're all really up for it. I think there's a few maybe nerves having not been on the ice for a while, bit of rust that someone want to shake off, not want to let any of the fans down with some of the images that they might have from the past. So I think everyone's up for it, but I think it would be interesting to see exactly how rusty some of the old boys are when they first step on the ice.
Did you get any no's?
There was a few, but mainly because I think there's a stag do on at the same weekend. So a few of the boys are excited about that. So that end of season holiday, but quite a lot of yeses to be fair. So yeah, should have a really good group.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably the sort of thing that no one wants to say no to, really, because it's going to be such a great occasion. But like you say, if it's clashed with like a stag do within that hockey community, because anyone who's in it just knows how tight it is.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think even the boys who couldn't make it were gutted. I'm sure they'll have a wicked time as well. But no, we've got a really good group. There's been lots of yeses, lots of like big names coming back for it. So I think it'll be a really good event.
Was there any kind of like requirements that they had to have fulfilled to be picked for it?
We've tried to go with most people who've appeared for Streatham. There's a couple of boys who I played with at Bristol. I wanted to get them back involved. But it was really just anyone who's been around Streatham at the same time as me. And also just picking good guys as well. I mean, Streatham had some great players, some really good guys over the year. And I think what we've got is a group that have been really committed to the club, but also guys that I've got on well with as well. So I think it's a good group and everyone will get along.
Now, people may have noticed. I mean, Streatham did the really good step, I think, of actually starting its own social media page for the testimonial, so they can keep it all kind of in one place. So people that would have seen the two sides would have noticed that you're named in both. So how are you going to split that?
I think I just wanted to mix in with both. I mean, I've got some really good mates on either team. I didn't want to just sit on one bench the entire one, so I was going to sort of, in between one of the periods, we'll see how we go. Whoever's winning after the second or the third, I'll flip over whichever point. But I wanted to get some good time with both sets of lads. So, yeah, I wanted to make sure I was on both sides.
No, it's this coming Saturday, isn't it? Up at on the Streatham High Road, and we know the crowds this year for Streatham have been absolutely immense. There's been so many sellouts.
Yeah, really good.
And like you say, bringing all of these old Streatham names back on there. I mean, everyone knows, even though I do this, I've only been involved in UK hockey for sort of 6-7 years. There's names there that I'm thinking, wow, I've not seen them on the ice for quite some time. So that's going to be certainly something to see. But would you have a prediction, do you think, of who might actually come out on top, because the names are just really good in that Legends team.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting, right? Because I think obviously we've had a great team this year and we've done really well. But I think there's some boys in the old team who've probably still got, some are still playing, some are really good in their day. And I think it could be actually quite competitive. I think there'll be a little bit of pride at stake, a little bit of banter between the two teams. Don't want to like give. So I think it could actually be quite a good game.
Yeah, it could be, absolutely. So how did your testimonial come about then? Was it did it come from Dawn and Dave, or was Paints kind of keeping an eye on it?
I think I've obviously been in the club for ages now, and I think as we've sort of ticked close to 10 years, people just had that in the back of their minds. We were talking about it last season, but just with the way the ice gets booked so far in advance, and I was keen to do it at the end of the season rather than the start of a new season, just so we can keep a current group together. But yeah, going into this is season 11 of playing now. It was kind of on everyone's radar going into the season, and it just got booked in nice and early at the ice time, and it's all kind of fallen into place.
Yeah, and like I say, a nice Saturday in May. Hopefully, some of the football's kind of all out of the way as well, so it will stop people getting in there. Is there anything else that's going on the night? Is there, because Streatham are always quite famous for their sort of mid-period break entertainment at the High Road? Is there stuff going on there?
Yeah, no, we've got a few bits going on. So we've got jersey sales, the own and loans, and then also we've got I think a few raffles going on. But also the main thing, like you've just been referring to there, is the score row that they do. So we've not had that this season. So even some of the new fans who've been packing out the rink this year might not have seen it. But that's a really good way of getting the crowd involved, getting people down onto the ice. For people who don't know, it's you line up on the halfway line, you've got and you shoot it into a tiny hole in the wooden frame that's in front of the goal. So if you get through that, I think it's a big cash prize stake. So that does get a bit lively when someone starts at home from halfway.
Absolutely. And for people who have not had a go at that, I will tell you it's genuinely really hard.
Yeah, we had it with some of the players, and even we struggled.
I think the time I did it, I think I actually went full length of the ice, so that made it a little bit harder. But it is really, really hard. But James, thank you so much for giving up a few minutes of your time to talk about your testimonial. We wish you all the best for it, and see how long that you keep cracking on and playing, because we know no one's getting any younger these days, are they?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
Well, a massive thank you to James for giving us a few minutes of his time. We won't repeat what we were discussing in the background there when that was going on. But yeah, it's gonna be terrific. Some of the names, like in that sort of legend side, and as you said there was not a great deal of criteria, just people he played with, people he enjoyed playing with and against, and the current Streatham side who are going to be in black on the night. They've had a great roster this year, and there's some really good names on there. There is a couple of additions there. Brandon Miles is coming back in his number 10 for the night, and Danny Milton will be making an appearance as well. So great to see Milts. Both Ely Newman brothers, which is really good to see back in their Streatham colours, and Callum Burnett will be back there as well. And then the white team, like the Streatham Legends team. That looks absolutely astonishing. As we said there, this could be actually a bit competitive.
Really good. This could be a really good hockey game.
I mean, this is not a team of just old guys. I mean, we're talking, obviously Michael Farn.
Yeah.
Is probably past it now, but that is one competitive bloke.
Yeah.
And he will not want to lose on the night. Steve Osmond, still a fantastic finisher. But then you've got Jacob Branson, great season he's had.
Yeah.
Malik Martelli. I mean, he's one of the greatest British prospects that we've got.
Yes.
When he was at Streatham, he was just a joy to watch.
He was a
absolute joy. Lee Jameson.
Mm.
That guy could still play D at the highest level in this country, even now. He's just so calm on the puck. It's ridiculous. He's a cheat code.
Yes.
And James Warman is listed in both. As he said, he's going to make his mind up who he plays for as to who's winning.
Maybe he should do like first period Legends, second normal like Streatham, and then the third like whoever's winning.
Yeah. Yeah, Harvey Briggs is in there as well. Harvey's had a good season up there with the Romford Raiders, played a little bit for the Buccaneers as well. So yeah, just some fantastic names. So if you've not sort of seen any of the stuff about it, You can go to Warman Testimonial on Instagram, and all the details are there on how to get tickets, who's playing. There's Simone and loan jerseys still up for grabs. As James said, they've got their Scoro as well, which is going on between the periods. Scoro is a fantastic game. It's so much fun to put your money into that and see if you get picked. It's really hard, but it's really, really good fun. So yeah, that's going to be terrific. And once again, thank you to James for giving up some of his time. And there's some exclusive T-shirts that are going to be on sale there as well, which are really classy looking white T-shirts with red collars and red pinstripes. So I think everybody who's a Streatham fan or has even been past or present, you've got to get down there because it's going to be an absolutely terrific night.
Yeah, you have to.
And then right at the end of the month, so on Saturday the 30th of May, everybody in Gillingham is going to be celebrating Harrison Lillis.
Lillis, yes.
So before we talk about his testimonial, I had a brief catch up with Harry.
Ben, how you doing?
Hello, Harry. How you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks so much for giving us a bit of your time. So
Hey.
So it's a couple of weeks out now from the big night at Planet Ice Gillingham. Obviously had a big year at Invicta with the anniversary year as well. How you feeling setting into it? Have you had that few weeks off and the legs feeling good?
Yeah, I went injury free this year, which was great. Yeah, it was a big year in terms of club's anniversary. That Bears was really, really special. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the break.
Do you think, obviously you got a great list of names that have come back, both Mustangs and Dynamos, past and present, all sort of come back to play. How do you think their legs will be feeling about now?
Oh, well, so being from Invicta, I just wanted to go back to all the great players that I've played with at Invicta in my time.
Yeah.
So there's a few older boys that are probably thinking, Jesus Christ, Harry, I haven't skated in 5 or 6 years.
But I think that's the ideal thing, isn't it? For a player like yourself who's been at a club for so long and earned themselves a testimonial, is, as you say, you wanted it to be the players that you've played with and the players that you've played against over those years. But for the fans of Invicta, this is a real chance for them to kind of see those players on the ice again, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, the standard was so high. I really struggled to break in the team in my early years. But I think that's held me in good stead for these years. I've got so many older senior players that I've looked up to that have been great role models, that showed me the way. And now I can sort of speak to them on a sort of equal level. And they know I love them dearly.
I remember you saying, actually, when you first came on the podcast, which was about three and a half years ago now, I think it's quite a while back, that when you broke into Invicta at such a young age, like in your first couple of games, you were like, I'll drop the gloves, I'll do whatever it takes to kind of make my way into it. And do you think that's kind of helped with your reputation at Invicta?
Yeah, it definitely added another string to my bow. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not the toughest person ever, but I am willing.
Okay. Everyone knows that.
You know, I just wear my heart on my sleeve, and if I feel that game or my team need me to step up and be counted, then I'll do that for the boys. I mean, the whole fight can only come from just trying to get a stamp on the game and get a shift, to be honest. Absolutely. And some of the boys were like, Harry, you're not too bad at this. Let's go and do it again.
So how did the idea of your testimonial come about? Was it something the club came to you about, or did you go to the club and say, look, this is my sort of 10th year, 11th year, maybe we should do this? No,
not at all. I signed probably like May time last year. And I was really relaxed. And then the owner, Kev Parrish, was like, Harry, can I give you a call? And I was in the barber shop getting my hair cut. And I was like, yeah, I'll call you back in an hour, mate. So I got out the barber shop and he was like, Harry, mate, you've played for us for so long now, but we're going to give you a testimonial. And I couldn't quite believe it. And then literally put the phone down. 5 minutes later, Carl Lennon rings me. Harry, I've been speaking to Kev. It's a fantastic achievement and the service you've done to the club. There's a testimonial coming your way at the end of the year. I'm really happy for you.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So when Kev was on as well, I know how important the club is to Kev. So people like yourself who've made themselves a part of it for so long, it's that does warm my heart to hear that Kev was like that, because I can imagine he is exactly like that, because that club is family to him, I suppose.
Kev is the club, to be honest. He's been in a senior role, in a leadership role for so long. He is the club, but he never really seeks any gratitude or reward. You know, he's happy to be the big bad wolf when he needs to be, and he said a funny thing once. He said, when the team win, the players were great. When the team lose, the coach is to blame.
I'm sure Carl takes that on the chin every time as well.
Yeah, Cole doesn't really give too much away. He keeps himself to himself.
Well, I mean, for you personally, I mean, the last couple of years at Invicta, obviously you had the year where you were given the captaincy, and then you passed that terrific milestone of so many games for Invicta as well. This, I'm sure what the Invicta fans are waiting to hear, which may well come out on the testimonial night or not, is whether how long you're going to carry on for. Now, of course, you've got a little girl as well, and we all know how much personal life can sort of encroach on playing hockey at this level. So, I mean, how many more years you got left in you now?
I'm just taking a year at a time. I mean, the sacrifice for what you give to play gets higher because she gets older. I miss out on more. But I've got a fantastic support network. My partner Abby, she's right behind me. My mum, my nan, my dad, they're all fully supportive of me playing. And it's just something that's sort of become a way of life. I don't know what I'd do without it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think when a lot of you guys sort of get into it so young, and then you sort of carry on through the juniors, and then when you become the seniors, it kind of, I can imagine it's just addictive as a player to keep coming back year after year for the just for the experience of playing. I can imagine that's addictive.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to win every year. That's a given, right? There's only one winner. So you always come back like hungry for more. And even when you do win, when you're on that journey, got to win the next game, got to win the next game, got to keep it up. And it just never ends.
And even in the break in the season, you've kind of cut that short for yourselves because you guys are going to be playing at the end of May. It's Saturday the 30th of May, I believe, isn't it, up at Planet Ice in Gillingham?
Yeah, that's correct. Saturday the 30th of May. It's been nice because there's been a little bit of a break, enough for people to probably feel like they're missing their hockey fix, and then this is going to come round. And there's a big community in Victor. There's a lot of fans that have been there for a long time, and I think they'll be happy just to meet up and see everyone else, as well as the benefit of having my game.
And I think as well, because you were saying obviously your time with the Mustangs as well, and the Mustangs that are getting involved and playing with it. This is a real opportunity, not just to celebrate you as an Invicta legend, which people overuse that word, but it's entirely accurate for this situation. But
yeah,
a celebration of the two teams, the celebration of the two teams coming together. This could be.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. So without the Mustangs, I would have never got my shot in the Dynamos. I wasn't blessed as being ready to walk straight from under 18s to the Dynamos. I needed that stepping stone and that sort of guidance into the Dynamos. And I was very blessed that the Dynamos went for a bit of a transition. And I would probably say 6 or 7 of the boys in the Mustangs, when I first went there, had all had respectable careers in the Dynamos and decided to drop down. So it held me in good stead for when I did get there. I think deep down, when I look back at it, I just think some of them were hard on me. But I think it was for my own good.
Yeah, and I'm sure you can see the benefit of it now. And now you're in that position when these youngsters come into the Dynamos that you're now that person.
Yeah, exactly. So this year I was travelling to away games with like Harrison Prentice, Dylan Worthy, Ruben Yates. 1, I didn't fancy all driving the car together to an away game, and 2, I just thought I could open them up, talking about their game, where they can be better, how they can improve, what their mindset is, what their expectations should be, and then how they can push on and get their opportunities.
And I'm sure you can educate them on their music taste as well.
I think they're educating me these days.
Harry, thank you so much for your time, mate. Have an absolutely smashing night on your testimonial. You truly deserve it. And everything that comes out about it, we'll be sharing it. You've shown me the jerseys. They look fantastic. Everyone that's going is in for a fantastic night.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ben, and I'll hopefully see you there.
Absolutely, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Okay, bye.
But a massive thanks to Harry for giving us some of his time to talk about his upcoming testimonial. As I said, I know Harry's he's a bit of a pantomime villain where like other teams are concerned. I've always thought he's actually, he's a smashing geezer, and as he fully well admits, he knows he's not, the most technically gifted hockey player, but he's
No.
the kind of player that every team needs. They need that.
Yeah, he's
He
so
works so
passionate.
hard, yeah, and the passion
Yeah.
is there, and he always gets stuck in, and it doesn't matter who you support. I think you can really appreciate seeing a player always get stuck in.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, there's going to be a really special night in Gillingham. There's some great names of players coming back. Hushka is going to be icing, which is going to be terrific to see. I would imagine we'll probably have a lot of the current Invicta Dynamo side, as well as some of the Mustangs. Kev Lake is down to play as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tom Davis, Callum Fowler.
Anthony Leone.
Oh, seeing Jib back on the ice is going to be great. I don't know how fast it's going to be, but seeing Jib Leone back on the ice is going to be absolutely terrific. So yeah, there's Grant Baxter. There's some proper names from the past of Invicta there. All three Phillips brothers, which is going to be good fun.
Yes.
So yeah, Charlie, Billy, and Sonny are all going to be there, which is going to be really, really good fun to see that. Anthony Lennon going to be icing up. Dan Fudger, Matt Drake, Carl Lennon. I mean, Carl Lennon was still icing for the Invicta Dynamos as soon as, not last season, but the one before.
One before, yeah.
It was, and to be fair, them times when they were down to like 9-10 skaters this year, he was probably close to getting the skates on himself.
I mean, he did get on the ice at some point last season, but not on skates.
No, he got on there to face off with Smith.
Yeah.
But yeah, So yeah, going back through it, Ali Roger, Brad Guttridge, Anthony Baskerville, James Laming, who's I think was at the Mustangs last year.
Yeah.
Sam Oliver has been at Dynamos for a while. Aaron Strawson, who left and then came, I think he retired and then came back. Year just gone. Michael Stokes, Joe Stevenson, Dylan Worthy, Regan O'Neill will be playing back for the Invicta Dynamos as well that night. Again, I mean, if you're a Gillingham hockey fan, whether it's the Mustangs or whether it's the Invicta Dynamos,
you're gonna love this.
Go and get your hockey fixed. Do you know what I mean? We've had a few weeks without it, and these, as I said, I actually think it was actually off air that I said to Harry, I'm actually in Chatham that night, really close to it, but I'm at something else. But if I could sneak away for a little bit,
just a little bit,
just a little bit, so I get in, because it's Invicta's actually a rink I still need to tick off of my list.
But you've never been to Gillingham?
No, I've not been to Invicta. No,
you're not missing out on much. the rink, not Dynamos or Mustang. The rink, you're not missing out on much. But I can't believe you've never been.
No, I've not been to Invicta. I think Invicta and Cardiff are the only two in our league I've not been to. And Swindon. I've not been to Swindon.
Not missing out much again.
Yeah, but it's just so difficult. Like, look at it. I've already kind of planned in. Funny enough, I was speaking to Ross Miller about this. I've got a weekend at the end of November, I think, where I'm on my own for the weekend. So I'm watching as much hockey as I can that weekend. Yeah. I'm going to try and catch a women's game. What I said to Ross, my dream would be that it's Huskies against Canucks at Ali Pally. And I'll get to Ali Pally because Lee keeps bugging me about coming to Ali Pally, so I can get up there to see the Huskies, and then we're playing the Canucks, so I get to see Ross, get to see Lewis, and I think that would be terrific. So I'll already start planning that week. As soon as the fixtures come out, I'm going to be looking at that end of weekend in November, thinking, that's my little hockey weekend.
Yeah, sort of when fixtures come out, I don't really look at them. I'll just sort of go on the day. Oh, I'll go there today. I've got nothing else to do.
Well, I mean, we had an offer for the coming down to the Slough Spitfires as often as you like. Steve Murray was very complimentary of us when we saw him at Sheffield on the Sunday.
Yeah, and again, probably I'll be back at Slough quite a lot because it's so close.
Yeah. So, but like I said, we're expecting the Rising Stars to be announced.
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether it's going to be called Rising Stars or not. Like, nothing's been announced, and I've no idea what's going on. But hopefully we will get some sort of ice hockey team back in Oxford. I do think that is the plan anyways, because I know it's all gone to juniors, so which is why City Stars can't return, because it would be too much to ask of the junior management to get 2 teams on the go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We all know, how tough it is. So we're, like you say, just happy we can get one team out of Oxford this year. That'll be great. But like I say, coming towards this sort of point of the year, if we've not heard that you're not going to be playing, then you probably are.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah.
And coaches and players have to be signed, surely.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. So
yeah, I'd hope so.
Throughout the summer, we'll just continue to keep everybody updated. Obviously, we don't really get any kind of pre-knowledge of anything. So everything that comes out, as soon as we see it, bang, we can reshare it with our own little graphics and everything, which massive thanks to the players who've been accepting the collaborations on there. That really does warm my heart a little bit, that they care that much that we've done this little thing. We've included a nice picture of them. We always tag the photographers. We always try to, at least. If we've shared a picture that's yours and we haven't tagged you, please message us and we will tag you.
Yes.
Because we got to give credit where credit's due. Because it's that's kind of how we work. We all do this sort of volunteering off of our own backs.
Gotta build each other up.
Yes, indeed. Hockey Fix Wise, like I say, we'll probably come and do an episode back in mid-June.
Yes.
So probably like a month from now, really. But before then, we are actually going to be catching up and getting a little hockey fix ourselves, because we're both going to go to the 4,000 and counting charity game in Slough.
We are, yes. I'm pretty sure I will be there.
Well, it's not even charity games, charity tournament. It's a
tournament, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a tournament. I didn't go last year, but I went the year before, and it's a good day.
It's the first time I've been in the country for it.
Oh, nice for some.
Every time he does it, and he messages me, he's like, "Dude, do you want to come along?" And I'm always on holiday. So as soon as he said, "Man, do you want to come along?" and I was like, 13th of June, you know what? I'm there. I'm coming.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I should be there. So yeah, we will be getting our hockey fix. And obviously, if anyone's sort of not even local to, it's been held in Slough again, isn't it?
It's in Slough.
Yeah. Even if it's not local and you just want to watch some hockey, go down.
Yeah, and it's, to be fair, so many of the guys, obviously, that Nicky knows everybody, doesn't he, in hockey? So they all come out for it. They all take it, seriously enough to make it really entertaining to watch.
Really good, yeah.
So, and I think it's going to be streamed as well if you can't make it. So there's a way to keep, because it's all for charity and everything like that. Nicky does so much good stuff like that. He's, he's amassed his following, and he's got this machine that the way he works it is really, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, top props to him. So we're going to be going hanging out down there, and
we are getting
our little hockey fix. And hopefully you can bring my retribe hat.
I will. And hopefully you'll find your jersey.
I found it.
Yay!
I did find it. Yeah, it's and it was exactly where I left it. Funnily enough.
What, in the car?
No, it wasn't in the car. It wasn't in the car. I had a bag full of jerseys that was that I took actually when we did the live recording, the live podcast at the Chelmsford Podcast Festival, or Essex Podcast Festival, sorry. And I took this whole bag of jerseys, and it was in there, so it wasn't in my car.
Look.
I didn't look properly, but no, I have found my ZPG jersey, so that will. We probably won't wear that at Nicky's thing.
No, we probably won't wear that. No,
that's a little bit harsh, but
that's we don't want to take the
Don't take the gloss off it.
That's it.
Yeah. But if you would like your own ZPG jersey, make sure you head to Hercules Ice Hockey.
You can order them, personalise them.
Yeah, personalise any name and number that you want. Like I said, we're awaiting pictures of Scott White wearing his. He elected to have 9 style on the back of his, like his
copy of my number.
He could say you copied his.
Yeah.
Mighty Ducks 2 actually predates you, so
yeah, it does.
By quite a few years.
Quite a few years, yeah.
Did you manage to complete the rest of the trilogy just yet?
I haven't. No, it's just life's been a bit hectic. The off season, I thought, I'll have a really unbusy summer. Yeah, no. I'm the busiest I think I've ever been in my whole life.
Wow.
Leaving the country twice as well,
Yeah,
loving
doing
life.
This crazy football shit.
Yeah, crazy football shit, and long may it continue. Off to Leipzig I go in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, you got a final, haven't you?
Yeah, we have got a final. Bloody brilliant. Cannot wait. And then I got a new job. But not, well, it is a new job, but I didn't leave my old job, so I'm now doing 2 jobs.
You're doing 2 jobs.
So life's been very busy. So a TV has not been watched in a long time. But when I do get the time, I will finish it off.
Yeah, you're sort of hitting to Mighty Ducks 3, because the Scott's in that as well. So he's
yes.
That keeps it all relevant. But
Yes.
yeah, the let's say the summertime is just. Have you got an NHL team?
No, not really.
Really?
I just sort of watch hockey. Yeah, like I watch it. I don't really like support it.
Yeah, I suppose.
No.
Yeah, because you've always kind of been involved from a volunteer's point of view.
Yeah, and like by the time it gets to August, like especially being a volunteer, like the last like 2 seasons I was with Stars, you're so heavily involved. By August, you're getting stuff ready,
Mm.
and it's back. So I never had to wait till September. So I don't know. I watch it. I just don't have a team.
You should maybe pick yourself an NHL team.
Yeah, that's gonna be my thing for the summer.
Yeah.
Pick one.
There is a long list of criteria. I think you can search actually what the criteria is, that it kind of ranges from you've been there and watched them play all the way down to I just like that player.
Yeah.
And,
Maybe
and there's like
maybe it will
many
be
scales.
I just like that player.
Yeah. Well, it could be colours, logos. You know, there's
Yeah,
lots of,
colours and
there's lots. There's a
logos.
big spectrum of this criteria for picking an NHL team, and
Yeah.
it's kind of that's why I'm kind of stuck with the Leafs, was seeing them out there in 2002. But I did go to Anaheim in 1995, but the Ducks hadn't started yet, so I couldn't see them. So that's why the Ducks are my second team. But yeah, that was kind of the criteria, and that kind of flies in the face actually of me saying that I didn't play the game because of financial reasons, but yet when I was 10 I went to Anaheim, and when I was 17 I went to Toronto.
Well, maybe this calls for me to go and watch a game.
In the
So
NHL.
yeah, so if anyone wants to donate any money, you're more than welcome
Yeah,
to.
we have a Buy Me a Coffee account. If you could fill that up for us getting to the States,
yeah.
that'd be fantastic.
Just donate a few bucks so I can go out to America.
Now,
Or
I think
Canada.
at the very least, we should get out to Germany next year and see the Birmingham Indians in the Dell 2.
I am so up for that because I love Germany as it is, and I'm so excited to go back in 2 weeks.
I
So
thought that was mental how they won the playoffs and they got promoted. I think that's crazy.
I know. That's like so cool.
Yeah, and it was game. I think they won it in game 6, but in overtime in game 6.
In overtime, yeah.
And there was an ice invasion. Like they literally just opened the doors and all the fans went on the ice, all the ultras and everything with their tops off and swinging the scarves around. It's amazing.
The thought of like ice hockey having ultras, that's my two worlds combined.
Yeah.
Like that is literally my two worlds combined. I'm like, I'm there for that. Give me a pyro.
And that loops us nicely back to starting on Cardiff.
Cardiff, yeah, it does.
Wonderful. So we've gone full circle.
We do. Well, we have, yeah.
Excellent stuff. Well, I'll see you in a month.
Yes, less than a month today.
Less than a month today. Nice one. Katelin,
See you
thank
then.
you always for your time.
You too, Ben.
See you later.
Bye.